Hey everybody, welcome back to Andy's Speed Shop. Today we're out on the track here at Andy's Speed Shop. I'm going to show you what we picked up from my mom. She has helped me a lot through the years, and I found this truck for her, and we're going to do a little bit of sprucing up on it. I'm going to walk you around the truck real quick and show you what we've got. Alright, here it is. It's obviously been a work truck. It's not had a super hard life, but it was bought as a work truck. It was a farm truck. It came from the original owner in Scottsville, Kentucky. You can see it's got some age on it. We are gonna dress up these bumpers. We're gonna get those painted. We're gonna do a good detail on the truck. It is a long bed. Got slightly upgraded wheels and tires. These are a little better than the Steelies that came on it from the factory. These are some cool Chevy rallies. The paint problems come up front with the bumper and the grill. The only grill I could find for this thing on LMC catalog was like a gray, and maybe this was gray at one time. I'm not sure, but the bumpers are black, faded black. The grill, I think, is faded black. We're just gonna we're gonna paint everything for her. Nothing crazy with rust. You got some typical surface rust on the frame. We'll get that dressed up and we'll get it undercoated. It does have a new fuel tank, fuel pump. And that tank is the biggest tank you could put on this truck back in '93. It's like a 33-gallon tank or something like that. I haven't looked into it. I'm just taking the previous owner's word on that. Interior, pretty clean. No cracks in the dash. You do have rip in the seat. We'll send this off to have it covered. Like I said, vinyl floors, super simple, which makes the truck really cool. It's got power, nothing. Got the original jack tire kit. It's just a cool old truck. Headliner's sagging. I'm gonna end up taking that down and bringing it to Mom, because she has an art studio in Glendale, and she's gonna do something kind of cool with that headliner. I'm gonna let her design what she wants and apply it, and then I'll put it back up there for her when she's done. This truck has 152,000 miles on it. Like I said, super basic, no air conditioning. The heat does work, and AM, FM radio, which does not work. I'll have to dive into what's going on there. It's got power. As you can see, the clock works, but the radio does not. It's got some cup holders. I think that's kind of an afterthought. Maybe some kind of a GM accessory that was purchased. And then there's her rearview mirror. We're gonna be putting that back on today. We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna address the weird paint issues on the bumpers and the grill. But first, start this thing up. Nothing fancy. When I mean nothing fancy, we don't even get a small block. All we have is a 4.3 liter V6. Really dirty in there, but we're gonna clean that up too. Truck came with a new alternator, distributor cap, button, plugs, wires, oil change. You know, I got a service. It's got a new battery in it, AC Delco battery. I asked the guy before we got it. I was like, "Hey, this is going to be my mother's truck." So I asked him, real plain and simple, "Would you put your 70-year-old mother in this truck?" and trust it, and he said absolutely I would drive it across the country. So it's pretty darn cute. Mom fell in love with it and we picked it up. So let's get in it, take it to the shop, and let's get started on some of these fixins. All right, so like I said, it's got a really neat little gearbox. Put it in super low, let off the clutch, and it's like a tractor. The truck just does the rest. No accelerator needed, no brake pedal needed, no clutch needed. Just put it in low and cruise through your field. Pretty handy transmission for a work truck. We'll take it up to the shop and we'll get started on it. So looking at pictures on my phone, I'm kind of thinking that I had it wrong. It kind of looks to me like the bumpers are gray and the grill is black. It's kind of hard to tell. These things are old, and who knows which of these trucks have been painted in the past. But I think the bumper's gray and the grill is black. I've got black paint. I need to go get gray paint. So we'll hop on the Noble Steed and we'll go find some gray paint. Try to find a gray that I think is similar. I'm kind of thinking of this black pearl for the bumpers. yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Then I've got like a plastic grill and vinyl type of a black for the grill. We'll see how that goes. See, now I've been getting a little bit of hate about putting bags on an MT-07, but check it out here at the local O'Reilly, and this little errand I'm running would have been fairly unbearable to do in a car. Am I right? I've kind of gotten on this two wheels to do everything kick, and well, it just makes errands, going to work, life in general, a lot more enjoyable. So yeah, bags on the Hyper Naked for the win. All right, back from O'Reilly. It's not exactly the color that I had in mind, but it's actually, it's a little darker. But I'm okay with that. It's, they're calling it Black Pearl. But when you're talking about a work truck and grays and blacks and, you know, work truck spec, it probably doesn't really matter. We'll lay some down and we'll give it a look, see how we feel about it. I've already started to sand this down a little bit, nothing serious, just with a red Scotch-Brite pad, scuff it all up. There was some like 3M tape here and here holding something on, probably those probably not those little push bars. I'm thinking maybe the deer whistlers, you know how old men are. I'm gonna hit it one more time with Scotch-Brite and some brake clean, and I'm gonna turn that fan off. Then we'll try to lay some down and see what it looks like. Okay, so I got a coat on the bumper. We'll let that dry for 10 minutes or so. So far, I think it's just gonna be just fine. There's a little metallic flake in it, which is kind of cool. Anyway, it's gonna be better than it was. So I've got the grill over here in the meantime. We're gonna remove the badge and the reflectors there, and we will start treating that. This is gonna be a little different. It's plastic, and I've got to scuff it all up. I've got a can of adhesion promoter to spray on it. We'll follow those instructions, and then we'll lay down some trim and bumper paint, I think is what it's called. Here we go. I've got the bumper sitting out in the sun here. We're gonna let it dry pretty good before we do a clear coat, and I think we will be doing a clear coat. That's kind of where it sits right now. Looks much better. We're gonna take this up to the water hose, and we'll do some dish soap, some hot water, clean this up, and then I'm going to hit it with the red Scotch-Brite pad again, and then we'll clean it again, and then maybe hit it again, and then clean it again. We'll see. I'm not going to film all this. Nobody wants to watch it. I sure as cuss don't want to do it, so I'm going to spare you. So onto clear coat. This is what I had lying around. Wheel gloss clear coat. I'm sure it'll be fine. Put some of this down, back it outside and let it dry again. I will back the rear into the shop and start prepping the rear bumper. Right now the grill is up there drying out in the sun. So let's put down some clear. So while the first coat of clear is drying, let's address the rear view mirror. We've got some adhesive. First thing is first, we got to get this Torx out so we can get that mounting puck out of there. It's kind of been glued in place, so I'll chisel that thing out of there if we can. There it goes. See the old adhesive on there. Sweet. Need a blade because I'm sure we need to remove some old adhesive from the truck. Yeah. There you go. That easy. Alcohol pad. That may be a little dry. No, it's not. We're good. That sets super fast, and we let it set for 30 minutes and then we'll pop on Mom's mirror and she'll be able to see again. We'll check on our clear coat here. We'll do another coat. All right. Color is on and clear is on for the front bumper. Next we will do the rear bumper. But first we'll continue on the grill. That's going to be the worst part of this whole process. Here is just whatever adhesion promoter I could find. I think this one actually came from AutoZone. It was fairly inexpensive. Hopefully that doesn't reflect its quality. Probably does. I couldn't find any 3M or anything of better quality, so this is what I got. Anyway, this is probably a temporary fix, unless it's just magnificent, and then we'll leave it. But I'll probably get another grill, one that is just molded colored, that way the paint won't peel. So we'll lay this down, probably 2 coats, and then we'll wait 20 minutes after the last coat, and we will lay down some color, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it sticks. Okay, while we wait for that to go for 10 minutes, we'll do a little preparation for rear bumper stuff. Don't know if those are the screws that belong in there. I don't know how these pads are removed. I don't want to break them. I'm sure they are 30 years old, so I'm gonna tape around them. And I've got this small sander here that can get in these areas, and I'll just get started on this, prepping it for paint. All right, so 20 minutes has gone by. That is, well, it's ready for color. I've masked off the rear bumper and the tailgate. I've got 1 coat of the bumper spray down. Right now, we will lay some color on the grill real quick and let this dry. This is what I have for the grill: trim and bumper paint. We'll see what happens. All right, let's try a little of this and see what happens. I've got my fingers crossed. I know this is like super temporary. Like I said, I plan on buying another grill. I'll lay it on pretty thin at first. Only bought 1 can. Hopefully that's enough. Let that hang out for a bit. Turn my fan back on. We'll go for round 2. Several coats of the black stuff on the grill. Looks pretty good. I've got the rear bumper all coated up in color. Next step on that is clear, and I'm thinking I might try a spot of this on the grill. It's Plastidip glossifier. I've never used it. I've had this for a couple years. Says it's UV protection and a fade buster and this and that. Obviously it's not made for paint, it's made for Plastidip, but I think if I try a spot and I like it, that we will go with it. We'll see what happens. It might also give it a little texture and a little more protection for rock chips, bugs, obviously UV protection. I think we're gonna do it. Let that dry, give it another coat, and we'll roll with it. I've got clear coat and paint on everything that I wanted to. Some things are still curing. Let's start reassembling some things here. Pretty happy with the way this bumper color came out, even though it's not the gray that I was looking for. It being pearl black with all the metallic in it, it kind of, to me, kind of has a gray feeling to it. I'm pretty happy with it. Beans want some attention. I wanted to go inside. It's like 90 something degrees today. She is a black cat. I think that turned out okay. Definitely a big upgrade from where she was. Not too bad for a rattle can job. We'll pull the front end into the shop so that I have some fan and we'll do the big reveal on the front end. So I'm pretty happy with that too. That is the result of my little facelift. A few hours of time, $100 or so in paint and materials, and it charges it up a little bit. It's a lot better than it was. I think it looks pretty good. So the next installment, don't know when that'll be, but we're going to do seats and headliner. And we're gonna work on that radio because the radio's not running right. And well, there's the mirror. We got the mirror in for. But that's it. Oh, so give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you like the video. Doing it for Mom. Hopefully she'll love it. She already loved the truck, but she is a detail lady, and having the bumpers and the grill looking good, I think, is gonna please her. Like I said before, she's gonna end up doing something with this headliner. I'm gonna take it down for her and take it to her. I don't know, I say she could do something like a paisley design in the same blue color, but she's a little more creative than that. She'll probably end up doing something Van Gogh inspired. She loves Van Gogh, and she has her own art studio. In fact, I have to do one last thing to this truck. I forgot. We gotta put a Nolan River Art Studio decal on it. This is her business truck, so we gotta make it legit, right? I'll show you her previous business truck, and that's this little Nissan Hardbody. And if you are a subscriber or you've seen all of my content, you will know that that was their truck, and I took possession of it and I've been working on it a little bit. So yeah, let's get back to the shop. Let's put this sticker on this truck somewhere. Okay, stickers are on. Here we go. Mom and Dad designed logo. Mom and Dad's company. Nolan River Art Company, Glendale, Kentucky. I'll put a little one on the windshield too. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep watching, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep me in business. Thanks.